Hello, and welcome to the Trepa Technologies Security Plus course. My name is Johnny Bandon, and I will be your instructor for this video series. In this video, we will cover Domain 5.3, Policies to Organization Security. Now let's get started. This section, we will cover documentation and policies that you can put in place to protect your organization and prevent theft or malicious activity, and different ways to discover insider threats and malicious actors inside your network. The first document we will review is an AUP, an acceptable use policy. This document provides your users with the do's and don'ts of the network. This document clearly defines what a user can and can't do on the network or with company data and resources. An AUP is typically a part of the onboarding process of a new user/employee. A mandatory vacation is a policy that can help you discover an insider threat. A mandatory vacation is sending an employee home based on their tenure in an organization in an attempt to discover any malicious or fraudulent activity from the user. This helps protect your network from insider threats. Separations of duties is a policy that ensures a single user cannot perform an essential task in the enterprise. This helps protect your organization from fraudulent activity. A typical example is change management or running payroll for an organization. Both these functions should require at minimum 2 people. Least privilege is a policy that ensures users have the right amount of privileges to perform their daily tasks. When enforced, this policy will ensure that employees and users cannot abuse any privileges because they won't have any elevated privileges that do not pertain to their daily roles. Background checks are common practice for specific industries that need to ensure their new hires do not have any history of criminal or fraudulent activity. For example, a background check needs to be performed in the banking and finance industry to ensure your company complies with hiring laws. A clean desk policy may seem like micromanagement, but it could also help you protect sensitive information. A clean desk policy ensures that only a limited number of paperwork can be left out. This gives incentives to employees not to leave sensitive documents for anyone to see or steal. An NDA or non disclosure agreement protects your organization from intellectual property theft. An NDA is a legal document that states employees will maintain the confidentiality of any information within the company, and failure to do so will result in termination or legal action. An NDA can be a deterrent or preventative control to protect your intellectual property. Onboarding/offboarding are the standard procedures a company has for bringing on new employees and employees that leave the organization. Social media is a big part of our lives and can be a source of information that is useful for a potential threat actor. Some companies may opt to implement a social media analysis program that will constrain the behavior of an employee's social media accounts. Now, I personally wouldn't recommend this because you want to build camaraderie amongst your team, right? And you don't want to be the cybersecurity guy that's stopping employees from doing daily activities in their lives and posting their social media, right? But in some organizations, like super secret organizations, this may be a policy you want to enact. An essential part of any security program is the user awareness training given to employees. Users should perform regular security training on the dangers of insider threats, social engineering, and any malicious behavior they can spot. Security should be part of everyone's job in the enterprise, and security professionals must implement training for their users so that they are aware of the threats that are out there. Now let's go over some more documentation we may see in the enterprise. An MSA is a master service agreement. This is an umbrella contract for any work a vendor may do in or for your organization. An SLA is a service level agreement. This is a written contract that specifies the technical level of service a third party will provide. This could include response times to outages or the provider uptimes. SLAs are used really with any service provider, whether that's internet, cloud, service provider. An MOU is a memorandum of understanding, an informal document that allows both parties to document their relationship so that there are no future misunderstandings between parties. A BPA, or a business partnership agreement, exists when two organizations agree to do business in a formal business partnership. Now let's go over some third-party risk management. So EOL and EOS stand for end of life and end of service. This is the date a vendor will no longer support or sell a software or hardware appliance. Data classification policies describe your organization's classification structure and how to assign a classification to data correctly. For government entities, this is easy because you don't have to recreate the wheel. Data classification standards are already set. Unclassed, secret, top secret, right? For private sector companies, you must develop a data classification system if it is needed for your organization. Standard classifications for private companies are public, private, sensitive, proprietary, or secret. How you determine this classification is up to the security team and the business stakeholders. A data governance policy will clearly state the organization's ownership of information that is created or used within the organization. A data retention policy will outline how long data must be stored and when data should be destroyed. Credential management policies describe the account lifecycle, from provisioning a new account to how to delete an account properly when a user leaves the organization. Change management and change control is another vital policy your organization must establish. A change management policy will ensure that changes to the production network will not bring down the network and stop work. All right, that is all we have for Domain 5.3. I want to thank you for watching and stay tuned for our next video where we will go over Domain 5.4, risk management processes and concepts. Thank you for viewing.